Happy Thankful Thursday, everyone. So hopefully this finds you with a bit of energy and some positive things have happened to you throughout the week. So we are going to get right to it. We've got a couple different places to visit with this one. So I figured it'd be fun just to switch it up a little bit. So today we are going to start with tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are good at enhancing your language skills and enhancing your memory, right? So you'll notice if you start rushing through them, that's when your brain and your mouth disconnect, right? So if you start one like this one, the 33 thieves thought they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. That's pretty easy, but start saying it faster. The 33 thieves thought they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Did you understand me? Say it faster and faster, and eventually your mind's gonna disconnect something. Something's not gonna come out right. But that's okay. When we are rushing through things, it happens. We miss certain things. We aren't as confident in what we're saying sometimes. And did I say it right, or did I do it right, or what, right? So there's that. But then when you do know things and is more committed to memory, like skills and the things that you need to just do on a daily, those things are kind of second nature to you. Like this tongue twister, everybody knows this one and can probably say it a whole lot easier than the other one, right? Ready? How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, right? Let's do it faster. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Woo! Yeah, did you say it that fast? Did it sound accurate? It's probably because it's committed to memory. We all know that one, right? And it's just something that we have mastered and been able to do. I like to Google, so I asked what the answer to that question is, and apparently it's 700 pounds. So there's that. But yeah, when you are rushing through something, there's often a disconnect and we're missing details and things come out jumbled and everything else. When you hurry with a sense of your skills and trusting yourself, it comes out hurried, but a whole lot faster. People may think you're going super fast and stuff, but it's just because you know what you're doing and you have attained that skill. So hurry, but don't rush. We're gonna go to the next part. Now that we have done a little bit of a walk run so I can get my steps in for my step challenge, we are in the car. And if your spidey senses started going off, then you are tracking perfectly, because when we're rushing, the most dangerous place to be is behind a car, right? So yes, we have drunk drivers and things like that are just as dangerous, but I submit to you that the next dangerous thing is when you are rushing, or anybody on the road is rushing, because then we have accidents. We almost hit people. We run over small animals. I know it took until I was about 38 to actually hit something, and everybody was like, oh, that's normal. It happens all the time. Yeah, but that doesn't happen to me because I'm not usually rushing. I cried and cried. I was like, oh my God, I killed something. I got over it. I did. But I know it's because I was rushing, and rushing is so dangerous. If you are driving or doing anything else, you start missing the little things, a red light that you were so focused on whatever else that you didn't even see it turn red, and now you've run it. God forbid that an accident actually happens, but what if there's a police officer sitting there? Now you've got a ticket because you were rushing. So rushing is not recommended for anybody. One more stop. Ready? Last stop. Work. Right? So I have my headset, I have my comfy chair. I am so thankful that I don't have to hop in the car and rush to work or anywhere else if I don't want to. I'm thankful that I live in a small enough neighborhood. It's about 2 miles. So if I want to walk or run, I don't have to go anywhere for that either, right? But when I get to work, my job consists of dealing with people all day, constantly. We get a little bit of everything, but sometimes you get that customer that has woken up on the wrong side of the bed and they are just intent on dragging you with them. And so they have a problem that has been twisted, complicated, and everything else from like 6 months ago. And now they're on your phone talking about fix it right now, expeditiously, right? It has the potential to get out of hand. They're yapping, but you still have to do your job. You still have to navigate through systems. You have to listen for what they're saying to actually solve the problem. And it gets to be a lot, so much so that you're now making rookie mistakes. You have to go back and fix things. Hopefully you're not saying anything wrong because it'll upset them even more, but we don't want to have to backtrack and do things, but it can get overwhelming. And then what happens? they ask for a supervisor. That's what happens. But in all the rushing and everything, we start making mistakes that we wouldn't usually make if we were just kind of in flow. So if you have not figured it out already, today's idea is hurry, but don't rush. Hurry, but don't rush. In all of these situations, the best thing you can do is breathe. Even when you're laughing and playing and everything else, keep breathing, right? But for everything else, take a step back, breathe. If you can get to 10, great. If not, just deep breaths, keep it going, right? So there is a difference between hurrying and rushing, right? I asked you all in the last segment, hey, what is the difference for you? Right? There are some of us that we can hurry, and we're getting good at it, but then it turns into rushing. We have kids and we have to be somewhere and we're like, hurry up. And what are you actually doing? Are they hurrying or is that rushing? To me, if you keep saying hurry up to somebody, it is now going to put them in a rush mode. And so rushing allows for mistakes. Rushing allows for possums to be hit or people. It allows for running red lights, accidents, things like that. Rushing causes consequences that we are not necessarily ready or able to pay for. So what we do is hurry because the pressure is on. We have life, we have a to-do list, we got to get things done. But that does not mean that we shouldn't still trust the things that we know about ourselves and the things that we are capable of. So the difference is when you hurry, you are still very much aware of your surroundings and what's going on, and you are present in the moment, right? You're still paying attention to details, but you have the confidence in your skills. You are trusting in your abilities to do everything. And the more you get into your hurry and everything, it's more the focus of it, right? It's not worrying about that customer that is having a bad day and they're telling you their sob story or taking out their anger on you. If you focus on that, then you start to rush, right? And it's not even about, the drivers and everything around you or where you have to be on time and all that. If you start rushing, that's a red light. That's a ticket. That's a thing. It's not about that. You still have to be aware of everything and everyone around you so everybody can stay safe. Right? And even in playing games and stuff, my team was very competitive, but you have to let's go quickly. You have to think, hurry up and get your answer in, but don't rush and to the point where you're now giving the wrong answer and now you've cost your team a point. Don't do that, right? So there is a definite difference between hurrying and rushing. And if you get to be an expert at hurrying, I say it is like driving NASCAR, right? They look like they're in a rush, but really that's not in a rush. They have perfected hurrying is what it is. They are going hundreds of miles an hour, but they are aware of everything. They know when to switch lanes, what's going on, all that good stuff. So it's the focus that makes the difference between hurrying and rushing. So your challenge today is to find the things in your life that, yes, you are hurrying and that is good. And you can kind of perfect your hurry and that's great. But also find the things where you're rushing and you can slow down and see what's going on to where you are now having consequences for some things, or even maybe you aren't taking as much time as you should. That can be anything from cooking, because I know people who rush cooking and will burn down the house. Horrible. That can go for your children and dealing with them. Hey, we have to be on time. We got to go, but don't rush them, right? Saying hurry up is not helping anybody. It's not helping you hurry. Now we're in a rush and there's mistakes made. If you're a parent, you know what I mean, right? Even in just being intimate with your partner, hurry, but don't rush. But that is the thing for today. So just really take a look at things and step back and slow down a little bit. We've all got to get through life. We've all got a to-do list to do, but hurry, but don't rush. So you're not paying for things that you could have very easily avoided, right? And then the second part of today, it's a bit of a challenge, but also a historical marker, right? So the big hurry on this day in Galveston, Texas in 1865 was to let the enslaved African Americans know that they were free because of the Emancipation Proclamation. Now it took a while because at the time Texas was the westernmost rebellious state and they just hadn't heard yet. So on this day, the Union Army came and announced that everybody was free. So we celebrate Juneteenth today, and I hope you do too. That part of the challenge, go look it up. Go see what it's about. See the history of this country and how things have come to be, and enjoy it and celebrate, because a lot of things are changing, but history should always be revered and understood and celebrated at some point. All right. So this is your Thankful Thursday. I hope you have enjoyed it. Stay thankful. Hurry, but don't rush. I'll see you next time.